Great day, great day, great day. It's me. It's me. Happy Thursday, guys. Whew, lost my breath for a second. It's my favorite day of the week. I feel like it should be yours too. And here we are. So let's talk a little bit. I am losing weight and I'm so happy about this. However, let's talk for a little bit. I know as you guys have probably seen on the news, Florida is preparing for a hurricane, and I just seen that it's supposed to be preparing to land at a Category 4. And I don't know if anybody knows if I've been through a hurricane, but landing at a Category 4, that's a shit show. Because, baby, when I tell you, we went through a hurricane when I was in the 11th grade, and mind you, had been in Florida since I was in the 3rd grade. And for years, it was always prepare for a hurricane, prepare for a hurricane. And of course, we're not really thinking nothing of it. This go around like, oh, like it's not gonna do nothing to us. And I remember waking up that morning. No, so school. They we had just started our first week, and by the second day, they're like, oh, we're shutting school down, because of this, of the hurricane. Because at that time, it was like it wasn't as big, and woke up that morning and my dad's just sitting, he's talking to us, and apparently we're just sitting in the Gulf, just spinning and picking up size, all this great stuff. And they were just kind of like, oh, okay. And I remember my dad coming back to us like, we gotta take cover, we gotta throw the stuff in the pool, da 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 da. And we didn't have that much long to really like get stuff together. We were prepared, but it was kind of like throw stuff in the pool, like, and they're like, this is our first real life hurricane. And Hurricane Charlie, landing as a Category 4, went right up Charlotte Harbor, the Peace River, and because Charlotte Harbor, Peace River, the same thing. And when I tell you that hole had hands, and like, think about this. The best way I can compare a storm to anybody as far as fighting wise is Tasiki. Like, that hole came in swinging, and we left looking like Diamond the Body. Like, literally, like busted lip, missing a tooth. Like, that whole wore us out. And, yeah, so, got a little distracted, a little lost in it. So, those are, if you know anybody in that area, and I know Georgia, we're supposed to be affected, probably not as bad because I think the thing about it is when a storm makes land, it loses power, especially something coming from the Gulf. So with the storm picking up how it's picking, because I heard it's moving really, really fast. So with that particular storm, once it hits land, by the time it gets to Georgia, like it'll lose a lot of its momentum. So I know we're gonna experience a lot of rain, but we're under a tropical storm watch. So tropical storms really tropical storms definitely aren't a category. Definitely aren't a Category 4. So yeah, just keep everybody like lifted in prayer. So remember a couple of months ago, probably longer than that. I remember, I started last year. Last year I remember saying sometime about, all hell was gonna break loose. After a particular thing took place, and it did. And it's so crazy because I feel like everybody owes like Cassie and Jaguar, right? Like an apology. Like you keep hearing about Speak Up, Me Too, and all the other stuff, but sometimes it feels like that whole Me Too movement only really applied to white women. And even in this aspect, it's like Diddy wasn't hurting nobody from allegedly. Diddy wasn't allegedly not hurting anybody from the other community, with our community, so nobody cared. And it's just so crazy to like see, because I remember saying it was quiet. I'm like, it's too quiet. Like how all of a sudden, like this stuff comes out and then it disappears. And then everybody's focusing on TD Jakes. Then it gets quiet. And then all of a sudden, it's just like the stuff with the house took place. It's quiet again. And then come back to it again, all of a sudden, it's just like, I don't want to say Armageddon, but this shit is big. And then to look at it even now, it's like, we haven't even touched the surface of what's about to come out. And feds, they don't play those kind of crackhead games. Feds don't play. So this is a really serious situation, and it's gonna be interesting to watch. This is part of my childhood. Diddy came up when I was a kid, and looking at Diddy, as he was building his career, I was a kid at the time. And I remember when Biggie lost his life, Tupac lost his life. I think it was, no, Tupac lost his life, and Biggie lost his life. And it was just I remember everybody was so hurt, and I'm confused. I'm a child. And now to see all of it almost come full circle, this man was a monster the whole time. And allegedly. And it just so sad to it's just sad. And watching it is sad. Watching it is scary. Watching it is you really look back to how long was it going on? How long was we were sitting there blasting this man's music, getting hyped, doing the Diddy Bop, and he was Diddy bopping and slipping and sliding through baby oil. It is just sad. It is just sad. It's when they talk about, I remember years ago, a lady was saying something about the veil was lifting, the veil was lifting, the veil was lifting. And then I would always hear this war that's going on, it's spiritual warfare. And then to now, I remember I was told this again. I was told this is the war in the spirit was going to spill over into the physical. And things we were seeing in the spirit was going to manifest in the physical a lot faster than what it used to. And boy, when I tell you, it's a lot, and it's happening so quick. And it's now I understand what she meant by the veil was lifting. And the veil was lifting to where things that protected people wasn't going to be able to protect them anymore. And ironically, it's it even says, the enemy says, by the time you realize I was here, no, by the time you realize I'm here, you will have seen, excuse me, let me say it correctly. By the time you realize it's me, you will realize that I have been here the whole time. And all this stuff that's going on, I don't even think we've broken past the surface just yet. And this stuff is gonna run deep. And even talking in treatment today, it's these situations, they run deep. And it's a lot deeper and a lot messier than we think. And I think it's we have to stop thinking of things from what we see, and we have to look past and say, no, this is a lot deeper. I remember when everything first happened before, and the crazy part about it is you look at two major moguls, one in the secular world and one in the spiritual world. And when those two worlds collide, we're going to learn that though they were in fact weren't so different. Hearing that, or I remember, it's crazy because as I'm talking, it's I'm remembering certain things that always came out into fruition. That things being talked about that were going to happen. And it's everything is just starting to make sense. I remember hearing that a lot of preachers were going to be taken off of their platform, and I'm seeing it left and right. I'm seeing preachers, and I used to always sit there and hear a lot of these preachers are just motivational speakers. Yeah, a lot of them are just motivational speakers, and I see why. It's crazy. I think that's why. Now I know that's why a relationship is so important. Having your own relationship with God is so important, because when man fails, what do? I look at the situation with Diddy. He's looked up to by so many people in the music industry, his children. And then it's like now he's going through what he's going through, and he's being exposed on different levels. And a lot of people don't know or confused at who to look up to or who to look at. Like, I really feel for people who look to him for safety and answers, and then when this happened, they go to look to him and for safety and for answers, and he's nowhere to be found. Or to find out the one that was protecting you was also hurting you. It's like finding safety and standing behind protection walls of a monster is crazy. It's amazing. I guess it's just a free form conversation for today's YouTube because it's raining outside, and I usually get myself together for a video, but today I wasn't going to do that. We're just going to sit there and have an intimate conversation. What do we call an evening with Russ? So I just think it's crazy to watch all this stuff happen and how it's happening, and it is sad. It is so sad, and I feel bad for everyone that's affected. I feel bad for the ones that were victimized, both men and women, those who were victimized in the music industry along the way who trusted him. Because I knew something was right. I was like, all these artists, he blows them up, tears them down, goes on to the next. And I'm just like, you just hoeing left and right through all the musical geniuses. But, that's another one of those. By the time you realize it's me, by the time you realize I'm the monster that I am, you will have noticed I was here all the time. So this video is not going to be too long. I'm going to kind of cut it short in a second because I'm kind of tired. But I just want everybody to really sit there and think about when in this season you have to stay guarded. In this season you have to keep a strong prayer life. In this season you're going to have to fast. You're going to have to fast a lot more. I don't know why I'm hearing like a month fast. I don't know. I'm ready for that. But you got to fast. You got to pray. You got to really start sifting through and really realizing, like, where am I in my spirit? Like, I think it's really time to sit there and ask God the question, okay, God, where are we in our relationship? Like, what are we doing? You know? Like, it's time to sit there and get a stronger prayer life. It's time to get in the Word. It's time to really sit there because, baby, when I tell you, from the weather to the music industry and even this political war, like these politics is dangerous. It's a dangerous game. And it's so crazy because you gotta look past the surface and ask yourself, or even ask God, okay, God, what am I not seeing in this political war? What am I not seeing? And I think you got to ask that in every aspect of your life right now. Okay, God, what am I not seeing? And it's crazy because that means I have a conversation with God and ask him that same question. What am I not seeing? Because I know it's a lot of different things going on around me just in my life right now. And I'm like, okay, God, I feel like it's all this stuff going on. I know you told me to be quiet, but I'm supposed to see something and I'm missing the bigger picture. So help me see clearer. This is why a relationship is so important. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. As I'm hoping to help encourage you, I'm also helping and encouraging myself. So I just want to encourage you guys, get to know God for yourself. Because with all these different things going on, I'm watching the Menendez story Monsters on Netflix currently. I'm actually going to turn it off because I've watched enough of it. And I'm going to watch Inside Out too. I might just watch Agatha on Disney. But I'm going to watch Agatha because I like that show. So back to what we were talking about. But watching this story, I'm looking at, we really like watching what was going on, and it's like a lot of documentaries are being made about a lot of different people, and a lot of things are being exposed, a lot of answered questions, a lot of questions are being answered, and it's it's a lot to sit back and take in. So I just want to encourage you guys, again, get to know God for yourself, build a stronger prayer life, dive deeper into your word, and stop trying to be in front and put God in front and let him lead the way. Because like literally let him be your eyes and ears. Let him be your eyes and ears, because baby, it's not done yet. Even as I'm hearing about the storm, how it's picked up rapid pace, and it's gotten bigger, and it's going to make Atlantis a Category 4. A Category 4 is going to tear the Panhandle the hell up. It's going to tear them up, and I just pray they all get out in enough time, because hearing about like the whole state of Florida is under a warning, if I'm correct. I ain't never seen the whole state of Florida under a warning. And they've had storms, Florida's had storms bigger than them before. But even that, it was never a warning for the whole state. Baby, pay attention. Pay attention, stay encouraged, and even all this I'm saying, we have to remember to not have a spirit of fear. And even in this moment, I don't have a spirit of fear, because I know who I trust, who I serve. I make the choice to trust him. So being that I trust the one who's in control, what's the point of fearing? What's the point of fearing? You know? So stay encouraged, be safe out there, pray for others. I'm going to go live one day during dialysis. I don't know what day, but I just got permission to go live. I'm going to go live during treatment so you guys can see what I go through 3 days a week for 4 hours. I don't know if I'm going to stay live for the whole 4 hours, but I'm going to stay on long enough. So I love you all. Oh, my dreads got on my back of my neck. I love you all. You have a great day, and I will see you all next week. Bye.